welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man that is currently enjoying a delicious espresso with a hint of lemon. It's Norbert Morvan. Oh man, I butchered that.
You're not going to fall with a banana in the tailpipe?
And all because they couldn't afford to go into a kitchen and grab a potato. So then they just bring in, oh man, I love that scene. They just bring in Damon Wayans. No,
that was I think that was one of his first, if not his first movie role. That was Damon Wayans.
Banana Absolutely. Man. Yeah, Banana Man.
Yeah. So he's there, and he says the plate is what, $20-$30?
Yeah.
Axel Foley doesn't run with money like that, man. So nah, just give me the bananas.
I gotta tell you, this movie. So we're talking about the entire Beverly Hills Cop franchise, which is probably the most ambitious MFF episode ever, because I could talk about all three of these. I could do like a minute of all of these, but
I'm honored.
This Beverly Hills Cop has, like, all right, for percentages from the cast list to like the deepest bench. Like, this movie has one of the deepest benches of supporting characters that
100%
I've ever seen. If someone said, Mark, which movie has the highest percentage? Like, I'm not talking about a movie with 100 people and they have 20 cool characters. Like a movie with 10 people and you love all 10 of them. I mean, just Damon Wayans, Surge in this.
That's right.
I mean, Eddie Murphy's laughing. You look at Eddie Murphy, and on set they said that he never broke Eddie Murphy, but when he was around Bronson Pinchot, he just lost it. And then you have like Ronnie Cox being excellent. James Russo is Mikey. Like, he makes such an impression. Paul Reiser? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's hilarious in this. And like John Ashton, Reinhold, man. Like Rosemont.
No, Roseweed.
Yeah.
no, Rosewood. It's Rosewood, sir.
Oh, man. Victor Maitland's is just so good. I mean, it just has, like, Zach is in this. I mean, it has Gilbert Hill, Inspector Douglas Todd, the angry chief.
Totally.
I mean, it has the deepest bench. And even the secondary cops, the A-team, they're funny.
That's right.
Like,
they are.
This, like, and I guess I'm leaving out Jenny. Jenny's just chill as hell. Like, Jenny is one of the most relaxed movie characters I've ever met. Like, she won't let him drive. Like,
I've seen your car. You're not driving a Mercedes, and everybody's like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
And just the deep bench of this movie, and also too, I was listening to a podcast from The Ringer where they were talking about this movie, and in the podcast, all four of the people basically said that Beverly Hills Cop 2 is a better movie. And I was talking to Megan about this because I needed to like do some Footloose-esque punch dancing to get my annoyance out from that comment.
Yeah, because that's madness.
And I said, Megan, like, do you think Beverly Hills Cop 2 is better than Beverly Hills Cop? And she goes, no.
Madness.
She goes, Beverly Hills Cop is magic. And I just went, yes, this movie is, Beverly Hills Cop is magic. Everything about is, I don't care, man. Everything about, maybe the opening chase is kind of weird. I got it. Yeah. So, but everything, like, that's probably the leftover from Stallone. But it's still I mean, just the energy of it, man. And like, it's cool. Like, Detroit Cops goes to California and just owns it. Like, he's never out of his league. He's never anything. And it's just, I mean, his performance, I mean, it's, I think it's probably, I love Bowfinger, but this is probably my favorite Eddie Murphy performance. And like, you recommended this. So like, I'm talking all about this, but why did you want to talk about the franchise?
Listen, man, I mean, Beverly Hills Cop is 1984. So brothers in cinema, they exist, but they are the thug. They're the gangster. They're the dude in the horror movie that dies 10 minutes in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Eddie
Murphy burst on screen because this wasn't his first movie, but this is the one that made him an international star. The movie, the budget is what, $14 million? It goes on to make 300-something million worldwide.
Have you seen how much it is with inflation?
Yeah.
It's 600 and let's see, 614 million. Box Office Mojo adjusted for inflation. It's the 47th highest grossing film ever when adjusted for inflation.
Yeah,
Domestically.
Bonkers. This movie is a sea change in not just how cop movies are made, how buddy movies are made, but how black people are seen on screen. Mm-hmm. And they give you a taste of the stereotypical black man when the movie starts out. Because, hey, man, look, I'm a businessman. I'm here. I need $5,000. I don't need $2,000. I need $5,000. I'm a businessman. So he does his Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live black dude stereotype. And then as soon as he switches to cop, he's a normal dude.
Soft-spoken.
Barrier shattered. I'm smart. Actually, I'm smarter than you, and you don't even know it. You assume I'm dumb, but actually I'm not. And the whole movie goes off of the premise that fish out of water? Not really. Actually, you are the fish out of water. He goes to Beverly Hills and just with what we like to call the gift of gab, swindles everybody. He's pulling off the craziest shit ever just off of freestyling. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
What I love too is when he goes into the hotel to stay there, he hears that there's no more reservations left. So then he knows to go up to them and say that he made a reservation. I'm here for Rolling Stone. I'm going to interview Michael Jackson. So he's so smart. He hears a conversation, inputs it immediately into his brain, and spouts out just a beautiful. He even understands that the lady at the desk is just sort of doing her job, but he still gets in there. And
totally.
You know what? The editing in this movie, I think, is no one ever talks about the editing of this movie, but I love it because when they tell him that his room, even half off, is $230, the 2-second blank look on his face, that'll do. He freezes for his brain. Axel Foley's brain freezes for just a few seconds.
Fine.
But that look, man, like the edit, like I love the back and forth in this movie, the way they edit it, the timing, I think works so well, and that's got to be a credit to Martin Brest because Murphy came onto this movie like he did 48 Hours with Nolte, but he was a co-star. Then he did Trading Places, but it was an Aykroyd movie, and he was good, he was funny in it, but it was still an Aykroyd picture. So this one, he's carrying it, and what I think Brest did well was. Brest said that when he saw what Eddie Murphy could do on the first day, he's like, "Oh, this movie will be easy." and then he just said, "Hey, man, I need you to do something funny. Can you do that?" And then this movie gets nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay.
Can you imagine?
Eddie Murphy's improv.
Can you imagine? This guy goes from what? Brooklyn, New York, to Hollywood at age 19, dominates Saturday Night Live. Bounces and has one of the most enduring careers in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because just about everybody from the first season of SNL, from the very first season, not that Eddie Murphy was in the first season, he was in the reboot from the Dumanian years.
Yeah.
I think it was. But SNL had long been, we launched careers here. Jane Curtin, Aykroyd,
Chase.
Bill Murray, Chase. These cats go on, they make movies separately and together, and they just make a ton of money. Eddie Murphy's the first brother to do that from the whole Saturday Night Live family. And he gets out there. And this movie, he's absolutely just making it up as he goes along. You can tell. There are certain times when it's just Eddie Murphy just freestyling off the top of the dome.
Super Cops.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. And we get a couple of good movie tropes in here. We got Inspector Todd. Don't F with me, Axel. I didn't want to curse. The mayor's up my ass. The deputy mayor's up my ass. He's screaming at him, right?
So you're a great cop.
Yeah. He gives the exposition that, okay, Axel is a good cop, but Axel's a bit of an asshole. Axel is also just randomly making up undercover operations, it seems. Yep. You know what I mean? The character of Axel Foley is the black man who the black man thinks the cops are on the street. He takes the badge and he does whatever he wants with it, you know? But unlike a Stallone type super cop, or Bruce Willis type super cop or a Chuck Norris type super cop, his thing is not breaking into the room and breaking everybody's fingers. He's not threatening to murder you. He's like, oh, by the way, I'm the authority, and you're going to do what I tell you. Just off the straight, blah, blah, blah. You're going to believe what I'm saying because I'm coming in with confidence. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about. Oh, my. This movie's a revelation in so many ways.
And it's smart that he's not driving the truck in the beginning and chasing somebody down. It's smart that he's hanging on the back. Stallone would have driven the truck and demolished everybody.
Totally.
Eddie Murphy is a literal passenger during a wildly destructive car chase. So yes, he set up the sting and he didn't get his $5,000.
I couldn't take $2,000. If I took $2,000, they would have said that I was a cop.
Good old Mean Streets over here. I just think he's the passenger in that, and I love that about him. And you know what I'm saying? This is also a very unselfish role too, because if you look at Judge Reinhold, if you look at Taggart, Ashton, like Murphy allowed them to really shine. And I heard one thing that was interesting. There's a book, Nick DeSemblin wrote a book called Wild and Crazy Guys about the movies in the 80s. And he was a guest on Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. So you should read the book because it's awesome. And now he's the managing editor at Empire Magazine. So we had him on Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. But Ashton was talking about how when he acted with Eddie Murphy would watch him and he said that Eddie Murphy would absorb you and he would just absorb your essence and he knew exactly how to act with you. And Ronnie Cox said that when he went off on his improv bits, he would always come back to getting the line to the person so they weren't lost. So it's like if you and I have set dialogue, you go up on improv and you completely change it. And then I'm like, oh, so are we eating pizza tonight? Like he would go off on mad improv. He's like, well, I'm hungry. And then you're like, oh, are we going to eat pizza tonight? Like he would always get you back to the line you needed. And that's like, it's so interesting. I mean, watch his performance again. Like I'll never be able to watch it the same again because it does look like he absorbs people and he watches them. Like he's not waiting to wreck your joke or he's not waiting to trump card you. He's there with you in the moment. And like, I'm telling you, man, this movie is so good.
I'm so happy that this movie washed over you in that way because this is how the movie hits you in the 80s.
Yeah.
And now as a grown man, I appreciate it even more, because
it's good filmmaking. It's not like it didn't hit at the right moment. Sorry to interrupt, Norbert. It didn't hit the right moment, right? It wasn't like it wasn't like Vanilla Ice getting hot because someone else was hot. Like it wasn't like the swing craze when bands were popping up. Like it wasn't. It didn't happen because it was there at the right place, right time. Like it's a wildly fun movie because it's good. It's not just a like cultural hit and then people forget about it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, not at all, man. Eddie Murphy, he's in Best Defense. He's in Trading Places. He's a supporting character in these movies. And then they give him his own vehicle and boom. 3 movies in Beverly Hills Cop. $110 million budget, $712 million box office. That's not peanuts.
Yeah.
In the words of Manolo. God rest his soul. That's not peanuts. Okay? This is a serious franchise.
That's a lot of nuts.
To the point where, I mean, wasn't there a TV show that they recently tried to make out of this?
Yeah, Brendan T. Jackson, and they just shot the pilot.
They've been trying to make a Beverly Hills Cop TV show since the last movie stopped. And the last movie was terrible. We're fans of movies on this podcast, but we're not animals, okay? Beverly Hills Cop 3 is not a good movie.
It plays just so sluggish. And you know what I like about the first Beverly Hills Cop is they were coming up with the script in the morning. They brought in Eddie Murphy late. They were really shooting at the hip. But they had Bruckheimer and Simpson with them to guide them, to be there for them, to fight for them. But then when you get Beverly Hills Cop 3, you have Murphy, you have his third job with Landis, who I don't know why he was directing movies because of the Twilight Zone. But it doesn't have a life to it. But what I do like about Beverly Hills Cop 3 is it has Ellis DeWald, who is one of the most punchable villains.
He's an amazing scumbag. Agreed.
I I mean, I hate him.
Agree.
There's like random dance numbers. There's the oddest carousel Funland bit that has nothing to do with the plot. In Beverly Hills Cop, everything is the plot. Everything is plot driven. In Beverly Hills Cop 3, it's so lackadaisical. It's so
lackadaisical is the word.
Yeah, it's just so sludge-esque in its pacing.
You can tell that they had these ideas and then they decided to put Axel Foley in the movie afterwards. That's what happened. That's what happened.
The
and
best bit is the commercial for the weapon, Norbert. The commercial for the Annihilator. That's hilarious. And then when he shoots out the net that I'll forgive that the bench blocked 7,000 bullets.
I will not. I will not. That bench was supposed to be shredded. The one dude's got a MP5, whatever, just and the other dude's got a semi-auto. And you can see Axel's entire leg underneath the bench. And he just does. It was, dude, beyond plot. Anyway, look, I'm drinking scotch. Continue.
You know what drives these movies that also I love, too, is this was 1984. And I know a lot of people have talked about this scene, and Martin Brest talked about it on the commentary. But when you get the scene with Mikey and Axel, he's like, I love you, man. Like they're friends. Like they're.
I wanted to talk. Absolutely.
And then when at the end of it, Eddie Murphy says, "I love you guys," and then in the second one, he's like, "All for one, one for all." He said, "I am here for you. We are a team. We are best friends." The third one, I mean, even though it gets into Beverly Hills again, he's still loyal to his family. Like the daughters of those people know him. And by the third film, what I love too is that like Reinhold is legit ride or die with Axel.
Yes.
Like Reinhold dives into fights, and he's a big dude, and he's leveling people because you don't mess with his best friend Axel Foley. So
not at all.
There's this neat strain of like male friendship in this that is very rare. I mean, you watch Bad Boys and they just yell at each other the whole time. They're just mean to each other.
Time.
And you watch this one and you're like, these guys like each other. Like they've grown to like each other. Like they started off rough. Like Taggart was not. He was gut punching in the beginning.
Let me tell you something. Taggart gives the solid body blow.
Yeah, and he said that, didn't he?
It was a solid body blow. Absolutely. Nice punch, Taggart. Yeah.
He looks like a guy who could hit you in the stomach hard.
Oh, Taggart's not playing games, man. He's got that hair that's gone. In Beverly Hills Cop 2, they just decide that he's Gerald Ford, and the whole strip club believes it. That's the whole bit. This is why listen, Beverly Hills Cop 2 is copy pasta of Beverly Hills Cop 1, no doubt. But it's solid. It's fine. It is what it is.
It is so Tony Scott, right?
Friendship. Yes. The editing is crazy. There's a lot of fast-moving things. There's no way that two guys should be able to hold off a literal warehouse full of thugs. But hey, Tony Scott, baby.
A lot of smoke.
A lot of smoke. And dubs.
Yeah. And so you want to talk about the friendship thing, right? I just think that, we don't, I don't know, the movies like this don't really exist, or lines like this don't really exist. And during the press screenings, I guess there was one more I love you in that scene, but audiences were it was 1984, so everyone laughed at it, like they got uncomfortable. Because they're like, oh, Axel Foley, he's not like that. Like Eddie Murphy's not like that. So it's like people were uncomfortable. They had to take out one "I love you" in that.
Right.
But it's still like you watch that movie and it's so rare, man. Like it's not. No movies did that. You watch Hobbs and Shaw. We're just both tough men. We don't work together.
Exactly.
That would be miserable, Norbert. I would be miserable if you were Statham and I was Johnson, and that's the way we fought all the time. I would quit.
Oh, totally. Imagine if we were at the CDI and it was my student scored 81 on the test. Oh, really? I'm Hoffmeyer's. Yeah. My student scored 82. We have a grudging respect and excellent cheekbones. Rage. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. It's a lot. Listen. The credit, what you say about Martin Brest with his direction of this movie, okay? There is an economy of time here. This movie is 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it's breezy, man. He establishes before 20 minutes have gone by, okay? Axel's a good cop. He's a little bit crazy. You could tell he used to kind of be grimy, right? And so when you meet his friend who comes out of the blue, after 6 months of being in the joint, visit him for the first time with a handful of clearly illegal bearer bonds, Axel's like, yeah, I'm a cop, but you know what? This is my man, 50 grand. They get along so well. You
Mm-hmm.
can tell that they have been friends forever,
Yep.
forever. And then when he drops the line, why didn't you ever snitch on me? Because I love you. You get that. That hits.
Yep.
That hits. And right there, boom, that beat. Axel Foley, loyalty. Mwah.
Yep.
That's everything to him. Everything. Chef's kiss, man. Loyalty. Axel Foley. If you hold him down, if you ride for him, he's going to ride for you.
Yeah, all for one and one for all. He comes out in Beverly Hills Cop 2, and it feels organic, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Getting him back in that movie is like that's a pretty good screenwriting lesson on how to bring somebody back to Beverly Hills. But
absolutely,
that's good screenwriting because as soon as he said, so I have all these underlined, but he's like, yeah, all for one and one for all. I was like, wow, like he looks at these guys like they're the Musketeers, like they're made. It's just like, yeah, in the first two, he's like one of the most likable characters you could imagine.
totally.
I love it. And I do love that. And I think this also kicked off a nice, like, okay, action comedies had been around before, but I think this kicked off. But you know what's interesting? Like, you get Rush Hour, and you get, East meets West, and then but they still kind of like each other, don't they? Like, is that?
Yeah. The thing is though, with Rush Hour is trying to push, the fish out of water angle. And then there's the weird kind of underlying, oh, we don't understand it when Asian people do things, LOL. And it's like, yeah. Really? And Chris Tucker, this is very loud, black guy, don't do it. Oh, I'll tell you this, I may have seen Rush Hour 1, but I don't think I've ever seen the other two. Because I could not. And I love Jackie Chan.
I guess that's an odd comparison, but then you get like Tango and Cash, who are just two awesome guys fighting. And I just love that he shows up. He kind of has to deal with these guys. They're like, who's this guy that showed up and he's mucking about? But then they begin to like each other. But there's no. It feels much more organic.
There's a definite buddy cop vibe to this movie. And like you said, because Eddie Murphy is not just trying to steal the scene all the time, he gives room for other people to breathe and let themselves in. This is absolutely a buddy cop picture, but it's unique in that, it's not just one good cop, one bad cop. This time it's personal, It's Eddie Murphy doing the fish out of water thing and Rosewood and Taggart. One guy's the hippie, the other one's the grizzled veteran.
Who eats red
Somehow
meat.
They make a triad, He's got 5 pounds of undigested red meat, by the time he's 50, because, you need to stop drinking so much coffee, Taggart. And you look like Gerald Ford. It's a brilliant triad instead of a duo buddy cop movie, And then, like you mentioned before, Ronnie Cox, who up until this point for us anyway, he had been kind of in the background. This, for our generation anyway, we know Ronnie Cox as, Cohagen, Milos Cohagen, He's, the old man at OCP. He's playing the worst sociopath. Yes. He's playing actually, in Deep Blue Sea, he was a nice old man. And I always thought that he kind of had Alzheimer's. I thought that they were like doing the shark thing for him because he looked like he wasn't all there.
Oh.
But he plays such a fatherly role in Beverly Hills Cop 2. He's such a good guy in this. And then another RoboCop tie, did you know? The manager at the hotel that Axel is in, that's the guy that offers the mayor a Blaupunkt in RoboCop. That's the guy.
Nice.
That's totally him. So, hey, you don't kill the mayor, we'll throw in a Blaupunkt. That's him. Just random.
It's just, I love what you're saying too. Is like the three of them formed just. It's like
it's triumvirate. Yeah. It's a buddy cop that has never been done before or since. And it's the three of them.
When they're in the strip club listening to Nasty Girl, and those probably the least subtle armed robbers walk in to rob the joint. I like that Axel knows to look to Taggart. And he's like, hey, Taggart, you get over there. Like he knows that you caught. But I like that Reinhold's not mad about it. Like Reinhold, oh god, Like he's like, oh, I get it, staggered. It's I don't know. It's you know what's interesting is you look at this movie and I love the words you use, like the economy of the filmmaking, and you just wonder why. Like you kind of think to yourself, why doesn't this happen more? Because this isn't like. I guess you just got to learn with filmmaking that easy. If it looks easy on screen, it's really hard to do.
Right.
Otherwise, there would be more. Because
Totally.
energy in movies, I think sometimes it's very rare, and I think it happens in like low budget horror, where they're just running and gunning, and then it happens in movies that you just got to go. You got to go, 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 go. You got to move, and you have the energy of a Murphy who's lighting everybody up. There's like a window for certain movies like this to happen. And I think this is one of those movies. Because if you could recreate the formula, Norbert, like everyone would do it. But
this is the thing. I mean, they tried to recreate the formula in the sequel. It's basically the same damn movie. And it's not as good. It's really, 100%.
How long does it take to shave those legs?
I'm just offering you my grooming services. I don't think so. Blah, 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 blah. Listen, Eddie, look. Beverly Hills Cop 2, not a bad movie, just not as good as part 1, okay? Mm-hmm. That's the first point. The second point is economy. Again, I point towards economy. There's a ton of exposition in this movie. Victor Maitland is one of the greatest art dealers in California.
Yes.
That stuff just comes out, but it doesn't sound like they've stopped the movie and explained who people are. It's natural conversation. This absolutely deserved an Oscar nom for screenplay because the writing is solid beyond just Eddie Murphy's freestyling,
I love that you talked about the expository dialogue because in the commentary, Martin Brest just kept laughing about it. He's like, did you hear that sentence?
There's a lot of people explaining what's going on. Actually, this is the place where the packages come before it gets cleared for customs. You know what I'm saying?
He said that in the commentary. He's like, well, now I know what that is.
Exactly. But you know what? It washes over you. Yeah. It never feels like somebody is telling you the movie. And this is why I've always hated, for example, Inception. Because there are so many people who always slap you in the face. Norbert, this movie's smart. This movie's intelligent. Dude, the entire point of Joseph Gordon-Levitt in that movie is to explain what's happening to you.
Yeah.
That's all he does. What are his characters? Name his 3 character traits.
He wears a vest.
You know what I'm saying?
He fights in the hallway. And Tom Hardy has his best line opposite him while wearing a cardigan. He's like, think big, don't be afraid to think big, darling, or something like that. That's all I know about Gordon-Levitt.
Gordon-Levitt in that movie is exposition with a pulse.
And a vest.
I hate that movie. I hate that movie with a passion. Because it's not as... Look, Nolan's made a lot of smart films. I'm sorry to digress, but I got to get that off my chest. I hate Inception, man. Okay?
Can I vent to you about something?
Go for it.
Someone was talking about, they're like, if you understand Tenet, then you're stupid smart. Like, you're dumb smart. And I was thinking to myself, I watched that movie. We knew about the sound issues beforehand. I just went and bought the Blu-ray because I knew it'd be like awesome. So we watched it. I just listened. And I heard the dialogue.
Yeah.
And it's about, I don't want to spoil it, but it's just about 2 groups from the future trying to go back to the past to prevent something from happening. Like, on both sides. So it's not
that's
hard.
Future. No, it's not.
There's pincer moments, but the people in the past have the gas masks. I just think some people got this in their mind. Like, oh, I can't hear it.
Hard. Exactly. And it's,
But I just think calling people who understand Tenet, which isn't really hard to understand the core concept of it, stupid. It's smart, stupid. You're kind of, you know what's interesting about Nolan is just the divisiveness of his movies. I mean, Dark Knight and all these films, like, I kind of enjoy it as far as like filmmaking, discourse and conversations, but I don't know, man. I like Tenet. I think it's cool. I like the protagonist.
Again, Tenet is awesome. Inception is super overrated. Okay. If you can't hear Christopher Nolan movies beyond Dark Knight Rises, where Bane did sound weird, you know what you need? Bluetooth headphones, my friend. You need a sense. You need one of those sound bars. You need to stop using the Kenwood graphic equalizer from 1987 and get a real stereo. I'm tired of the excuse that they can't hear his movies, okay? That's on you, all right? Stop listening to bootleg movies and get a Blu-ray player. But that's just my quick little digression as an example to show, hey, there is a way to do exposition in movies, and Beverly Hills Cop has it. It goes by quickly, it feels natural, and you get it. Nobody doesn't understand Beverly Hills Cop.
Can you do this for me? Can you do this? Can you do something for me?
Go for it.
I interrupted you again. I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry. It's the scotch.
Yeah. It's my new rye that I got.
I love
Nashville Barrel. Nashville Barrel, single barrel, Max's Bottle Shop, delicious. Go buy one. But it's
sweet.
Very good whiskey. You need to get over here, Norbert. Come over to leave Korea. Come hang out with us. We'll give you some whiskey. But
in the Belafonte. Okay, I believe you.
Give me 5 reasons. So I read a lot about these movies because I'm very curious about the making and the phenomena of these films. I mean, Beverly Hills Cop 2 with inflation made $359 million, which is more than Up, which is more than Batman Returns, which is more than Twilight, which is more than Superman 2, Batman vs. Superman. I mean, more than Suicide Squad, Skyfall, Hobbit. Like, it's gigantic. So but I keep reading that, yes, Beverly Hills Cop 2 is a better movie. And
That's insane.
And it's not taking anything, listen, as far as sequels go, I would put Beverly Hills Cop 2 up there with my favorite sequels.
For sure.
But it's not Beverly Hills Cop. But can you give me 5 reasons why Beverly Hills Cop 2 might be better than Beverly Hills Cop 1?
Okay, number 1, Brigitte Nielsen. She's smoking hot.
60 seconds.
Yes. Stop it, Google. The tablet listens to you. So anyway, number 1, Brigitte Nielsen. She was super hot at the time. And was this before or after Red Sonja dropped?
It's got to be after.
87, right?
Wait, Red Sonja was 87?
No. I mean, Beverly Hills Cop 2 was 87.
Yeah, I mean, Red Sonja was 80... No, there's no way it was past 87. Okay. Wait, let me look. 85. Okay, good.
Okay, good. So Brigitte Nielsen is number 1. She was, man, prime Brigitte Nielsen. Listen, that's a problem. Okay? It's a serious problem. and she, there might be people, Brigitte Nielsen can't act, really? Did you see Beverly Hills Cop 2?
Yeah.
Do you find that she's stilted in her dialogue readings? Do you find that she's literally not more intimidating than most of the men in that picture? Because I don't. Brigitte Nielsen is a badass villain. Okay? Number 2, the fact that they turn up the level of quote-unquote Euro trash villainy. Okay? Because Beverly Hills Cop 1, you just get your guy. He's an art dealer. And by the way, he smuggles 80 keys of coke like a week.
Yeah.
While he's also smuggling German bearer bonds, which ties into the operation that Eddie Murphy put together by himself without his captain's permission, which was also smuggling. But the difference being 80 keys of coke, billions in bearer bonds versus $5,000 worth of cigarettes. Message. Yeah. That's class right there, baby. Beverly Hills Cop has it all the messages. All right. Jürgen Prochnow is the big bad.
Oh yeah.
In Beverly Hills Cop 2. And he's solid, but then, twist, Jürgen Prochnow's actually not the big bad. It's the other guy, the short one who doesn't even speak. All the stuff belongs to him. And it's an insurance scam. Oh my God, I was wrong. It was Earth all along. Like, it's just a twist, okay? And that's actually number 3. They tried to get real jiggy with the plot. Like, twist. The bad guy's not the bad guy. There's another bad guy. Oh, my God. Right? Number 4, stakes is high, in the words of De La Soul. Stakes is high. They shoot Ronnie Cox as a good guy. We don't do that. We don't do that.
Ronnie.
Nobody shoots. Ronnie Cox is a good guy for a change. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay? Cohaagen died brutally, yes. But Cohaagen was literally extorting people for air. All right? Doesn't get more sociopathic than that.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't get more sociopathic than that. And what he was doing as the big bad in RoboCop, 20 years in Afghanistan, buddy, that's the defense industry. Unfortunately, they just make money off of murder. So he was a worse bad guy in Total Recall than he was in RoboCop. All right? And RoboCop, he gets shot and falls out a window. Here, he's trying to do good, man. That's not cool. You don't shoot Ronnie Cox. And he's got sexy legs, too. Did you see those short shorts?
Oh, man,
he's jogging around?
Yep.
Sweet Jesus.
Uncle Ronnie.
Do you have those gams? Because I don't. I'm trying to get those gams.
He's a svelte guy in these movies, man.
Yeah, he's a handsome man. He's late, too, unfortunately, the late Ronnie Cox, I think. But he's a solid actor. Okay, so that was what, 4?
Yep.
That was 4 things. And then number 5 is absolutely Tony Scott, yo. The movie looks better. It looks better, dude. It does look better.
I just,
it looks better.
It's just so, listen, I'm a big Tony Scott fan.
Yeah. We are Tony Scott fans on the MFF podcast. 100%.
Oh, wait, Ronnie Cox. Is he still?
I thought he died, dude. Did I kill Ronnie Cox? That's $50.
Yeah, I guess, years active. It doesn't have a...
Wow, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus, he was born in 1938, dude. That guy was alive before television.
You pulled Rotten Tomatoes when they accidentally killed John Carpenter one time.
You know what? Statement retracted. Ronnie Cox not late. Cohaagen, give us the air.
Yeah, but you're right, man. Tony's the style in this.
It's so good, dude.
But you know what's kind of crazy? I love the look of the first one. The first one feels so real. The second one feels like a movie.
That's right. That's correct. The second one feels like a Michael Bay film. Absolutely.
I mean, there's a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
So much smoke. I mean, listen, Judge Reinhold accidentally blows up a truck with a rocket launcher.
Yes.
It is wonderful. Any movie that features an accidental, listen, I love rocket launcher gags. It's why I think I'm still a fan of In the Army Now, because he shoots a rocket launcher backwards. And it's a great gag, by the way. That's a very funny gag.
Look, you keep talking about Pauly Shore movies with me, and we might have to stop being friends. Okay? The line must be drawn here. You
don't like that line where he's like, suck on this one time, and then he shoots it backwards?
It's just that Pauly Shore's always... You squeaky weasel, buddy. I want to fight you. I'm sorry.
No, I think it's the rocket launcher. I think that, when I see a rocket launcher gag in a movie, I'm sold on it immediately. Despicable Me, I love it. There's rocket launcher gags.
Rocket launchers are awesome, and that is actually reason 5A. Judge Reinhold gets a weird character arc. They bump up the profile of Judge Reinhold in part 2, and it does not affect the movie negatively. It's good to see Judge Reinhold and Eddie Murphy bounce off each other. It's hilarious.
This is not my office.
And then there's Gilbert Gottfried for some reason.
Oh yeah.
And then we
25 tickets.
Right, and we get Chris Rock in one of his early roles, There's some solid stuff in part 2, which is why it is, like I said, copy pasta of part 1. And that's why people will say it's either equal to or as good as. Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, aliens, my friend. That's the level that they're at. That's the level that they're at.
That's really fair. Yeah, because they're different beasts entirely.
Yeah. Well, aliens are really different.
Yeah.
But Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, one has a budget. One has an actual Hollywood budget. The other one, you could tell, Beverly Hills Cop, they weren't trying to spend that money. The movie looks really cheap, But like you say, that cheapness turns into grittiness. It doesn't look like a B movie, but it's a $14 million budget in 84. Movies were higher budget than that, man. Like we mentioned before, 84 was the year for U.S. cinema. Some serious shit came out in 84, brother, in America.
huge movies. Like Karate Kid. I'm just saying, like, it was a gigantic year at the box office. But guess which one? Guess which was number one?
It was Cop, baby.
Yeah.
100%.
So I'm looking at, like, the movies that were in the top 10 that year. You have Ghostbusters, Temple of Doom, Gremlins, Karate Kid, Police Academy, Footloose, Beverly Hills Cop, Star Trek: The Search for Spock, Terms of Endearment, Romancing the Stone, Splash, Purple Rain. I mean, it was just, breaking. Like Red Dawn, Terminator, Sudden Impact. People forget how much money Breakin' made. I'm not joking. Like, that movie made a lot of money.
Totally.
And it was, Canon Films.
Yeah. We also can't forget Chud, man. Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers.
Top Secret. 16 Candles. Dune.
Top Secret. Yeah. Conan the Destroyer.
Amadeus. We're just naming movies.
But the thing is, these are not $14 million movies. This is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
You know? They spent some serious cash on these movies. Okay? And those movies look like movies, but they don't have the gritty feel, the dirt look of Beverly Hills Cop. All right? Look, Bachelor Party, Tom Hanks, you know? This is a terrible movie. People love this movie, though. Okay? It came out in 1984, right? Nobody's talking about this movie, but people talk about Tom Hanks to this day as, you know what? He's Americana. He's a solid dude. Nobody's talking about Beverly Hills Cop or Eddie Murphy the way they talk about Tom Hanks.
Nope.
And I'm fairly certain that Eddie Murphy movies have made more.
It's
willing to fight that battle.
I mean, I guess just the sheer number of Hanks around. Like, I'd love to see the average.
Ton of movies.
I mean, you know what's kind of crazy too is Beverly Hills Cop was in 2006 theaters in 1984. That's more than any other movie that year. I mean, Search for Spock was in 1,966. You know what's crazy? Amadeus was in 802 theaters and it pulled in 51 million. That's pretty good.
and it's a long, unforgiving movie.
Yeah.
Okay? And you want to talk about expository dialogue.
Wolf.
You know? You got your man F. Murray Abraham just chewing and nibbling on scenery. But he was brilliant.
Who has a better laugh? Amadeus or Axel Foley?
I was gonna say, you know what? That brings me to what's your Eddie Murphy laugh? And by the way, the answer, Amadeus. Because he sounds insane. Eddie Murphy sounds like he's having fun. Amadeus sounds like he's gonna kill you. Can you do an Eddie Murphy laugh? What do you think? What's your impression of Eddie Murphy?
No, it's like the time you tried to make me do a Northern Irish accent for Ronan. Man, I don't know what it was, but I was doing an episode one day, and I busted out an impression that I was on with Adam and Megan, and I busted out this impression, and they went, "Oh my gosh, that's it! Like, you just nailed this person." Then I tried it again, and it was completely wrong. So I think I'm good for like one good impression a year.
Nah, brother, it's a zone. It's a zone that you get in. It's a zone that you get in. It's totally just a zone that you get in. You got to give it a moment.
Look at this. Look at these movies, Norbert. Like this, like Purple Rain, Karate Kid, Gremlins, Temple of Doom, Ghostbusters, Beverly Hills Cop. That's a strong
number one movie of the year, Beverly Hills Cop. That's right. Bow down to something greater than yourselves.
Do you think 100%. People sleep on 84 too much?
You know,
because 99, 94, there's a year with Wizard of Oz in the 30s.
Right.
I mean, the 70s had some deep years.
It's a generational thing, quite honestly. You know, our generation recognizes these movies as not just, you know, good movies, but iconic beyond just the Hollywood phrase tentpole, you know. So Eddie Murphy comes onto the screen in 84 doing Super Cop, but as a black guy.
Oh, man.
And far less violent. All right. I think that needs to be emphasized. Eddie Murphy is doing all the crazy Super Cop 80 shit without the body count. Until Beverly Hills Cop 3, where he kills a lot of people.
Oh my gosh. And Reinhold gets shot.
Yes. All right.
Hey, so how about this? Let's take a quick break. I'm shocked. Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll talk more Beverly Hills Cop franchise. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I just want to say, Axel Foley is a much better name than Axel Cobretti.
Oh,
100%. Which is what Stallone changed the name of the character to when he was got on board this. Now, I want to say, before we talk about Stallone, when they decided to move on from Stallone because his rewrites were too expensive, the writers and everyone said that he was all class. Because I guess he could have been like, pay me. Because they already paid Mickey Rourke $400,000 to not take any other work. So
pay or play contracts.
So they're $400,000 in, but I guess Stallone was really cool about everything. Because you can't have a career like Stallone and be dumb. So he knew the drill. He got out of there. But this movie, like, what would the plot have been? Like a Italian American from the East Coast comes over and then he sees just like a bunch of like himbos and bimbos. And
this is the thing. And this is exactly why Beverly Hills Cop is so iconic and such a touchstone. Because Beverly Hills Cop, without Eddie Murphy, is Cobra.
Yeah.
Okay? Because Cobra is who Cobretti ended up being.
Yeah.
He took what he was going to use in Beverly Hills Cop and he put it in Cobra. And Cobra's not a good Stallone movie.
No, it's not.
Like it's one of those that you watch, and he's a cop, and he gets the job done regardless of his irritating yet loud yet by the book street captain, But it's just a lot of murder and stunt work, So like you said in the beginning of the pod, they probably did keep that chase from Stallone, and I appreciate it. Because it does do some character work for Axel,
Cars are destroyed.
Destroyed.
What a practical action scene.
Destroyed. There is a lot of property damage. A lot. No CGI. And nothing even really blows up. It's just, I am running over sedans in a truck for 10 minutes. Let's go. Action.
That's the Stallone movie, and they need another $4 million. No one was going to give it out, and they already talked to Murphy, so they immediately went to Eddie Murphy, and he took it. You know what's kind of interesting? Martin Brest went to Detroit, and he got the footage in the beginning of the film. He was in a van, and they had blinds, and then he would pull the blinds open and film people when they weren't looking, and then he would walk up to them and ask if they could sign papers to be used in the movie.
That's awesome.
Martin Brest is an interesting character, man. I mean, he made Geely. He won Pacino an Oscar, though. Over Malcolm X. But that just shows the power of Martin Brest, man. Like
This is why I have to fight with the Oscars every year, man. Because Denzel became Malcolm X in a way I've never seen an actor become somebody before.
And then
you put videos of Malcolm X speaking next to videos of Denzel doing Malcolm X speeches in that movie. And it's Control-C, Control-V. It's terrifying how much he just nailed that.
Absolutely.
And I love Pacino. We all love Pacino. Ain't nobody saying Pacino's not a good actor. But that was not Pacino's best role. You want to give Pacino an Oscar? What's the comedy where he was trying to get money for his boyfriend's transsexual?
Dog Day Afternoon.
That movie's brilliant.
Yes, brilliant.
That movie's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
The one where you're out of order, we're all out of order. Why not an Oscar for that?
Devil's Advocate?
No. Devil's Advocate is...
No, I'm joking. I'm just saying, like, he should have won an Oscar for it.
Oh, exactly. But anyway.
But then we have Martin Brest. I mean, he also did Midnight Run. I mean, come on.
Solid movie.
So
nobody's saying Brest is a bad director.
I just think he knows how to get performances, man. Do you think that like Midnight 100. Run features probably one of the best double plays, double team pairings of like he just let them do their thing pretty much. Son of a woman lets him do his thing. Beverly Hills Cop, he trusts Murphy enough to let him do his thing. He should have not trusted anybody on Geely. And Meet Joe Black, that movie just made money because of the Phantom Menace trailer.
And it was incredibly depressing.
Yeah. People love that movie.
That movie stole my money. because I was expecting, a drama, but I wasn't expecting to just, I was gonna walk into just Manhattan traffic after that movie, man. That movie was just bleak, brother.
Did you eat
And
peanut
I'm
butter?
into bleak stuff. Look, I slathered it on myself. I rolled around the tub, and then, I just sat looking at the spout of the shower, just hitting me in the face for 20 minutes, man, thinking, why am I here? It's dark, man. Dark times.
Oh
Dark
man.
times.
Yeah, and then like Mickey Rourke, none of them had the energy. Like this movie needs that energy.
Yes. Yes. Martin Brest did not have the budget of Tony Scott.
Yeah.
But all the money is up there on that screen. Again, not quote unquote quick cuts, but no shot is too long, no shot is too short. You know exactly what goes on. The exposition, again, it's normal in the space of conversation. And he makes Ronnie Cox into a nice dude. And Axel Foley, a couple of times he plays the race card there. But you roll for Axel. You're never against Axel Foley in this movie, man. Axel Foley's absolutely breaking and entering. You understand how many crimes he commits as a police officer?
He robs a house in the second one. He stays in a house illegally in Holt's construction.
Not only that, he cost those people their jobs, dude.
Yeah, they lost money.
For nothing.
I wrote a note. He's being a butt.
Yeah. The first movie, he's a lovable scamp. The second one, he's ruining people's lives with the shtick now. And there's a lot of guys who fix that house. Okay.
There's a lot of scaffolding for that job, Norbert.
Yeah. All right, Angles. Stop what you're doing. If these people, they're rich, they want to live in a roundhouse, what the hell have you got to say about that? All right. You build them a roundhouse. That was a lot. Okay. Yeah. He cost people their livelihoods. Okay?
Oh, that's a great pickup. I didn't even.
But you know what? Not to cut you off. You know what they do in that movie, right? Make up for it. He gets that $200 from Gilbert Gottfried for the bribe, and then he makes sure to give it to the mayor at the end of the movie, and gets it donated to a charity in Gilbert Gottfried's character's name. So they try to make him the good guy. Because absolutely, they got to cover up the fact that he cost at least 20 men their jobs.
Yeah, the blue-collar guys, too.
That's right. Yeah, blue-collar dudes.
A lot of scaffolding.
There's no way that those people come back from their week-long vacation in Hawaii and just say, oh, you were tricked, and we understand. Continue the work. There's no way. That guy comes out of the car, hey, who's that black guy? That guy's not a friendly dude.
Children are not being fed because of Axel Foley.
Not at all. Axel, he takes a hit. So that's one real big time for me why part 2 cannot be as good as part 1. Because part 1, Axel, he does his dirt. He breaks into a couple of houses or whatever. He takes advantage of the rich all the time. He's always punching up. He punched down hard part 2, man.
I mean, when he goes into the club, the only way to get in, he knows if he gets in, he gets thrown on his head.
Right.
Like it's so he gets in there using that story. He uses. You know what I kind of like about him in the first one too? The waiters like him. Damon Wayans likes him.
They get it.
The strippers like him.
He's one of them. He's one of them, and he treats them like human beings, man. He's a brown man surrounded by there are no other black people on screen.
I love when the first 2 cops arrest him and they're just like blonde bombers.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is cleaner than my apartment.
Yes, and they literally wait a minute, man. They threw me out of the window. What am I being arrested for? He's like, hey, that's my second favorite line.
Yeah.
After he gets thrown out the window, he's, hey, like what the hell is going on? Because you expect them to throw him out. You did not expect them to put him through a plate glass window and then get him arrested for disturbing the peace.
This is the cleanest car I've ever been in.
Yeah, totally. And you do get a lot of that, rich poor divide. He walks through the Beverly Hills police station. Dude, it looks like something out of Dr. Strangelove. Or the Whopper home base from War Games, their police station.
Well, you know why? Because Martin Brest got fired from War Games.
Ah.
Did you know that? And he's like, I wanted to use those sets on something.
There it is.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's brilliant, son. Because it struck me as that's War Games.
Yeah, Brest got fired. Yeah, Brest got fired from War Games. And he's like, well, I had this set, so I wanted to just build it.
There it is. Exclusive. Only on the MFF podcast, folks. Yeah.
Do you want to hear something random, too?
Me.
This is completely, this doesn't go for it, but on the commentary, he's like, oh, I wanted to get these 2 cops. And then later on, they had 2 more blonde cops. He's like, well, we keep doing this. So they put wigs on a wig on one of the cops. So when he's being taken out of the restaurant, one of the guys has a brown wig on to like hide his blonde hair. But when I first moved to Atlanta, I was taking any job I could. And I got a really good job as a featured extra as a cop, as a bailiff.
Nice. Makes sense.
But when I showed up to be this cop, the casting agent looked at me and went, nah, he's too LA. And because I guess it was in a country, like it was like in a country club, like it was in a country setting, like not in, obviously not LA. So I still got my featured pay, but they shoved me in the back and I had to like stand out of camera. Like whenever the doors open, you could see me. I never even watched the episode. But I was like, well, I guess I'm making money, so this is cool.
You always got to have a brown wig in your pocket, brother, just in case.
Yeah.
You should learn that.
But I just thought that was funny. It's too LA. So when I heard him talking about like when I saw these LA cops, I'm like, oh well, okay, all right. I guess that makes sense.
So here's the thing about Axel Foley, right? The thing that people dig about this movie is that he uses his lies to get into places. You know, he uses his lies, and the fact that he's a cop. The fact that he's a cop, it gives him the confidence to just basically bullshit his way into places, which is also why, not for nothing, those Fletch movies were successful.
Oh man, he was just so good at BSing and being a Laker.
Right, exactly, because Fletch is absolutely Beverly Hills Cop, except with a journalist, right? So now here's the thing: have you ever just completely bluffed your way into a situation the way that Axel Foley did, just off of sheer confidence and the ability to lie? Have you ever done something like that?
No, I'm not good at that.
That's the thing.
I'm just really earnest with people and honest. I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to do this, and if you don't mind, and they're like, no. I'm like, okay, cool, thank you. Like that's, I try to be earnest. I'm not a good, you know me, man. I'm not a BSer. Like I don't think
right.
I'd be terrible at BSing people.
Confidence, brother. That and confidence. This is why this movie hits such a chord with people to this day. Again, he is a cop, right? And we've seen cops do crazy shit in real life. He could absolutely just blast his way across Beverly Hills and eventually get away with it. And usually the movie does end in 15 minutes of gun battle, to be honest with you. All of the Beverly Hills Cop. But instead, he's using his wit. He's outsmarting people, and he's just bluffing, So it makes him extremely relatable that he's just using his mouth to get by people, man. That's what it is. He's just creating capers, man. And then he's in Detroit just making operations up, He's just making shit up. We've learned from The Wire that cops are on a rotation, and cases come to them. They wait to get a case. Axel Foley is just taking the cigarette truck from a case that was closed and just deciding, I'm going to bust people for buying illegal cigarettes because I want to, because I'm Axel Foley. And I know that that's the crime on the streets because I used to break into people's houses and cars. Oh, man. He's so relatable.
So relatable.
He's so relatable.
And just there's no like swagger to him either, which I like. There's like...
It's when you say there's no swag, he absolutely has swag, but it's not a super arrogance. It's not the arrogance. The arrogance is a put on when these white people come up to him like, "What are you doing here, black guy?" And he's just like, "No, actually, I'm the customs inspector, and you're all going to listen to me because if you don't, you got a Porsche outside, and I'm going to get the IRS to crawl up in your ass, and I've seen that happen." And boom,
I don't drive a Porsche.
Yeah, what do you call? Hurry up! I'm sorry.
In my head, I'm thinking, the way Kurt Russell walks in Tango and Cash, the way Stallone walks. Like it's. You're right. You're absolutely right. He has supreme confidence in himself. Right. But it's kind of interesting not watching the ego. Is that maybe? Should I say that? Like he does. he has that. Like I guess he doesn't have an ego in this movie. He's just very humble. What's the right what word am I looking for? Why I like this guy so much?
His confidence comes through in that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what to say, and he reads people immediately, and he knows what to say to get them to do what he wants. Beverly Hills Cop 2, he's got the sonic bullets that react to sound, and he comes into the room and he's got to be very quiet. What about my kids? What about your children? Huh? You gonna give them money? Huh? What am I supposed to do? I'm not gonna take this. And the lady just believes it. It's total nonsense.
Oh,
but
man.
he's believable. He splashes himself with the water. Oh my God, just lies. And what happens in part 1 happens in part 2 to a lesser degree, and doesn't happen at all in part 3, which is why part 3 makes us all sad.
That money scene and
yeah,
part 3. The energy was just off. The energy. I think there's a certain desperate so Murphy didn't want to play Axel. I mean, Axel, because in that movie he's 24, thereabouts. Right. So you have that young, you can go around BSing everybody. You got the look, you know what I mean? Like you have that. But then Axel, 84, 10 years later, that same stuff doesn't work anymore, does it? I mean,
it doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't. And listen, a lot of people, cops don't make any money. Bullshit. If you've been in so-and-so police department for 10, 15 years, you're clocking at least $100,000, bro. And if you're not, you're doing wrong. You're doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now, $100,000 might not hit the way it does in New York that it does in Detroit, but there's no way that he can be in that beat up blue car anymore. Yeah. And it changes him.
That's a great point. And I think it takes away from some of the enjoyment, because watching him ride in that blue car, which I guess got destroyed by those valet people one time when he parked it there.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
All that shit happened the last time I parked here. Be careful with my car. Totally.
But he never cares. Like he never. Right. It's just so refreshing. And then if you go into it, like he doesn't even go in. Like he might have a chip on his shoulder going in there, but he doesn't show it. Like he doesn't act like I'm not good enough for this, or these people are so haughty. He's like laughing at certain things. It's
100%.
We don't get that much in movies, and I 100%. Appreciate that about it. And so when Megan said that it was magic.
She is magic. She is magic. I believe that.
I completely agreed with her. Like it's, but the second one's good. There's just so much fog.
It's fine.
Yeah.
The second one's fine. The third one is the one where you just start to, this is sagging now. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. If you could be like an Axel Foley type of cop, where you get your badge and you're just like, now I'm in law enforcement. I'm creating random undercover operations, like I'm busting people for smuggling cigarettes, and I have decided to create an operation to get 5,000 blank American Express cards. What kind of what's the thing that pisses you off in society that, like, if I was a cop, I would stop this? Because that's clearly his mentality.
I would stop the people who buy whiskey.
Yeah.
And then, like, they go around all the stores. They buy the whiskey for market price. And then they sell it for, like, exorbitant amounts. Now, I know it's legal, but I would find them anyway. Like, I would find someone that has a massive thing and they're, like, selling them out of a truck, and I would just try to work a deal. I don't care if it's illegal on my end. I'm a cop. Like,
no, man.
I want to stop that. And, like, the people who go and buy Mondo posters immediately and they sell out in 5 minutes, and then you see them on eBay 8 seconds later for triple the price. That's it.
Man, look, if I was a cop, I would do an undercover operation to get the people in the checkout line, The line says 10 items or less. You come in here with 47 ecto coolers.
Oh,
but that's it's one item because they're all ecto cooler. Bitch, that's not 47. That's 47 different ones. And just get Eddie Murphy on them. Hey, what's happening? Oh, man, you really like to have 14 items in the 10 item or less lane, huh? Freeze!
Freeze?
Yeah, pull out a gun on them. It's that serious.
Just put a parking ticket on their car. But
You know?
I just love that moment too in the beginning though. We're just arguing about the 2000. I mean, it's just, and I love the guy next to him, and that guy even comes back later on,
Yes.
which makes me laugh.
Yes. They brought him back. That guy's a cop. Hey, you're a Muslim. I smell pork. That's brilliant. Allahu Akbar. Yo, that's all ad libs. It's unbelievable.
Oh
I'm
man,
sorry. I love it.
It's just such a good franchise, man.
It is.
And the third one,
It's watch.
The villain makes it like,
Yes.
the villain makes it because you just want to punch him in the face.
Yes. Yes.
Hector Elizondo is just in another movie entirely.
There's actually a time in that movie too where you're not sure whether or not he's in on it or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's credit to his acting.
But watching Reinhold ride or die is cool.
Yes.
Watching the violence, he murders people in that movie.
Yeah, he does. For Christ's sake, he shoots the voice of Scrooge McDuck in the belly. That's his last movie role, bro. Alan Young. Okay?
Oh, man.
That's the last role that guy was in. He got shot in the belly by the most evil Beverly Hills Cop villain ever. Yeah.
And you know what I like about the Beverly Hills Cop movies? Where you know who the villains are.
Oh, it's clearly defined. Yeah.
Like, sometimes you get these murder mysteries, or you get a double cross. Like, there are no double crosses. In the first one, she doesn't turn on, like, Jenny doesn't have a heel turn.
No, not at all. Jenny's wonderful.
And
Salt of the earth.
There's no heel, like, I don't think there are any heel turns. You know who the villains are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, Axel's like, I'm going to take you down. I'm going to get you eventually. Mm-hmm. And then he gets him. And it's wonderful.
And the thing with part 3, too, is that it starts out promising. That is a cool opening scene, yo.
With the dancing?
Not the dancing is not what makes the scene cool. The dancing is supposed to confirm that, yes, Eddie Murphy was right by not getting the SWAT team to murder these people.
Yeah.
You know, that's what that was for. That is a cool scene. It establishes that, hey, Axel got jokes, but he's definitely calm now. You know what I'm saying? He goes back to the crib after he does his operation, and instead of calling the 900 number, which was the pornography of the time for you kids who don't know, he would just sit down and, you know, turn on Arsenio Hall. Like, he was chilling. You know, he's calm at this point. It sets the tone. And then there's also the murder of Inspector Todd. Which, Jesus Christ. Darkness reigns. Like, this movie's dark.
And it's just the murders and the new Beverly Hills police station.
Right.
The oddest Ferris wheel scene I've ever seen in my life.
It was pointless. It was, and you know, the thing is, they use that to establish that, hey, Axel Foley is actually a good guy. And then they immediately throw away all that goodwill by having him shoot the gun into the air and putting it on TV. That's the guy who, black guy shot Uncle Dave. Like, wow, son, really? That's what we're doing.
No rope burn on his hands at all.
None.
Oh, well, I gotta say, man, thank you so much for recommending these movies. And I want to do something. Since we talked about how great 84 is, let's do a quick movies we loved in 84 draft.
Alrighty, very good, bro.
And I will let you go first.
Okay. 1984.
Action movies we loved in 84.
All right. Well, because we're talking about it, we're going Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh.
Highest grossing film of 1984, $234,760,000.
Okay.
Paper.
That's big. I'm gonna have a very hard time coming back from that.
Enjoy yourself.
I'm not, like, this may sound cynical that I'm taking this, but I watch Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom a lot.
That movie's too much for me. I can't.
It was dark. I loved it. I just thought, man, this is different. And someone gets their heart ripped out.
You know what I literally do? I do Raiders. I do The Last Crusade. And then I walk out of the house. I'm done.
So you do odd numbers.
I'm done. Yeah. And then I'm done.
All right, who you got second?
All right. Second, I'm going Karate Kid. Because you're the best around. Nothing's going to ever keep you down. Because, and it came out of nowhere. Left field. Quite honestly, the Karate Kid.
I am the man who will fight.
Even though quiet as it's kept, we did realize as adults that actually LaRusso's the bad guy in that movie.
Yep, he is. He is the bully. He shows up. I love that theory.
It's solid. Steals the guy's girlfriend? Check. Beats him up? Check. Yeah, it's solid.
So, since we're doing action movies we loved, like, I didn't love The Terminator.
Really?
So, I mean, I was like a T2 guy.
Okay.
So I'm going to take, I don't care. I'm going to lose. I've lost now. But I'm taking Night of the Comet.
I
feel like that's an action movie.
I love you because you're an edgelord, man. That's real. Yeah. You're reaching for Night of the Comet, calling it an action movie. You watch that movie now, there's
she has
a
Uzis,
lot.
Right?
She does, but they're not using Uzis every 15 minutes.
Should I? All right, then I'll get rid of it. I'll get rid of it. Because it says action. Under Google, it says action. It says sci-fi action movies.
Dude, the last time you watched that movie, you check how much action actually happened in that movie.
Oh, yeah, I'm just cheating because Google said. Yeah, well, Google said.
It's barely a zombie movie.
Yeah, comedy, horror, sci-fi. That's the name of it. Crap. All right, so I got to find an action picture here. Oh, man. All right, let's do Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Wolverines.
American hero. Absolutely, son. Yeah.
I mean, I just remember watching it, and the first 10 minutes had me really engrossed. And as a kid, watching kids live out in the woods and try to survive was quite neat to me. So
that's the thing. Florida, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean those were my weekends.
Yeah, so, you're Floridian.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll do that. I'll do Red Dawn right there. Wolverines.
All right. I'm gonna go extremely to the left. Friday the 13th, the final chapter, part 4.
Wait, that's an action movie?
Let's see. People running for their lives? Check. Murder? Check.
Hey, wait, that happens in Night of the Comet.
I guarantee you there's more running for your life action in Friday the 13th, the final chapter, part 4, starring Corey Feldman, Kimberly Beck, and a young Crispin Glover.
I will say that Trish is impressive in that movie because she takes it to Jason big time. For sure. Trish, she's a little, like when she starts hacking out his hand at the stairs, and then she dives out the window a absolute boss. I don't think she comes anywhere near Chris from the one before, who just... Right. Chris in Friday the 13th Part 3 is a boss. Like, she...
A straight-up boss. Word.
She's like, gets in the car works. She hits Jason on the head. She knocks Jason out and immediately decides to hang him. He comes back to life. She gets a machete and levels it in his head. That's... She might be my favorite final hero ever.
There you go.
All right.
Looks like you win.
Oh, gosh. Sorry. I know you picked a movie, then I was like, well, I would do this. Is Buckaroo Banzai an action movie?
Oh, there's action involved. And there's that weird soundtrack.
I'm taking Buckaroo Banzai.
I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, laugh while you can, monkey boy. Was it? As he said? And Johnny Smallberries.
That's it. Did you pick Ghostbusters? Because I'm picking Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters an action movie?
Let's see. Laser weapons? Check.
I'm toast.
Blowing up a hotel? Check.
All right, I'm taking Night of the Comet.
Take Night of the Comet, and then finally I'm ending it with Terminator, you son of a bitch.
Norbert! I'm getting
check
destroyed.
And mate. Yeah.
Oh, man. This is
check mate.
Are there any movies that I could even pick that could get me any votes?
You could pick Missing in Action for the guys who wear black dusters and sunglasses. You know,
Romancing the Stone is fun.
Is it though?
I'm doing Dune. Ooh, The Last Starfighter.
Oh yes, that's awesome, son.
Oh, then I can have two. I can have two Catherine Mary Stewart movies then, because she was a Night of the Comet. So I'll do The Last Starfighter.
Nice. But should have chosen to be the Kwisatz Haderach. You know.
The Last Star. So yeah, Beverly Hills Cop, Karate Kid, Friday the 13th Part 4, Ghostbusters, The Terminator.
You're done.
I have Temple of Doom, Red Dawn, Buckaroo Banzai, Night of the Comet, and The Last Starfighter.
You're meat, brother.
I'm that 5 pounds of meat that's sitting in someone's intestines.
That's it. That's it. You know, you're done. You're a piece of shit in Big Al's turtle tank.
I want to look at my team and be like, this isn't my locker.
No, it's not.
Dude,
it's
that
not.
line by Paul Reiser in these two movies, when he gets the car and he wrecks it, and like,
yeah,
what a deep bench of movies.
This is 2 years before Paul Reiser forever stains himself in my eyes as the worst human being in existence.
Aliens?
In Aliens, yeah. I've never been able to watch Paul Reiser in anything after Aliens and regard him with anything less than a side eye. Like, I don't trust a word you say, bro. And it's to his credit because he nails that, bro. Dude, do you think it's easier to believe Paul Reiser as the dude in Aliens who sacrifices 147 colonists, or as the guy in Mad About You who's in love with Helen Hunt? Seriously, bro. Seriously, don't lie to me.
I think they ended up breaking up in that.
That's another thing. They did. He's a piece of shit, bro. Even Helen Hunt was like, you know what? I can't deal with you, Burke.
I'm just mad at you.
she's not mad about you. She's mad at you, son. Like, shut up.
Oh, man. Well, this was fun. Thank you so much for joining me, Norbert.
Yo, man. I love you. Never forget.
I think we had our first fight, man, about the Night of the Comet.
Again, you know, I mean, it's a movie and things happen in it. And it's kind of a zombie movie. It's weird.
Yeah, it's more of a comedy. But there are Uzis.
Yeah, there are Uzis because it's the 80s and Uzis were a thing. Because crack.
I just love that scene where they're shooting machine guns and she's like, yeah, Daddy would have given us Uzis.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Well, this is all. Dude, I'm so happy I got to catch up on this and learn a lot about this, about Beverly Hills Cop, and I'm really glad you recommended this, man. So thank you so much.
No problem, brother. And remember, anytime you need to write a screenplay for the rest of your life, just start with city name and job, right? Beverly Hills Cop, New York City firefighter, you know? You can do it like that.
Whoa.
You can do it like
California Waste
city
Management?
Name. City name, yeah, city name. California's the state.
Yeah, okay. Tampa
Bay minor? I don't know.
Tampa Bay drug dealer?
Wow, that's dark. That's a dark movie right there. You see what I'm saying?
That's Spring Breakers.
Right? All right. Forest Hills Butcher, right? That could be a horror movie, or it could be a comedy about a guy who works in a butcher shop. The possibilities are endless.
I got to do one good one before I get out of here. Colorado Cleaner? Denver. Nah, Denver Omelet.
Denver Omelet is a food.
Denver Omelet Maker.
It's got to be a job. Okay, so that's Denver Chef, or Denver Sous Chef, or Denver Grill Master.
You know, I called horseshoes the other day. I called them silver feet.
You know what? Hang up the phone. I'm done with you.
All right. So for me, Mark Hoffman, for Norbert Morvan, this is the St. Petersburg Slasher. And we'll see you next week.